Allan Saint-Maximin is very much a fan favourite, a talismanic winger who we signed for 2019 to 20 season for 20 million from Nice, and yeah, like I said, very quickly became a fan favourite and that sort of player to get us off of our seats, especially during a time with a very depressing squad. Um, Obviously, we brought him in under Steve Bruce. His value has gone up 12 mil since signing the Frenchman, and he's probably the most divided individual at Newcastle United right now. Um, Obviously, we're rumoured with wingers. Harvey Barnes seems to be the one that we strongly link with at the minute to bring in. Gordon had a fantastic under 21 European Championship campaign, winning player of the tournament. We've got the likes of Jacob Murphy, who's improved his game. Miggy Almiron has certainly improved his game last year. We've got Joe Linton, who can do a job in left wing, and with us obviously bringing in Tonali, he probably will push Joe Linton maybe a bit more to that left wing position. Obviously, with us having plenty of options in the midfield. And there's a lot of talk about whether we are selling Saint-Maximin to fund the Harvey Barnes transfer, or if we need to cash in while we can and bring in another player to replace someone who'll be a bit more consistent with the goal contributions in comparison to the past few years. Now, I'll bring up the stats since he's been in. 13 goals, 21 assists, and 124 appearances for Newcastle United. Obviously stemming from the 1920 season to current. Now, you see some of these. Yeah, I think, obviously, most recently, 25 games, 1 goal, 5 assists. That's just the league, actually. He played 6 times in the Cup, featuring in, I believe, every round, because I think there's 7 in total. I think obviously we came in round 2, featuring in every round. Unfortunately, not of getting a goal contribution in the final, especially, but I thought overall he had a good game. Anyway, and obviously you look at season before, 35 appearances, 5 goals, 5 assists. That's in the league. You've got your one each. Still yet to record a goal contribution since his debut season, with his goal against Oxford being the only one in any cup competition, with the 2 assists also. I think West Brom was one of them. But I mean, obviously, 1 appearance last season, 1 appearance. Seasons were getting knocked out early in the competition. We got a good run in, and Maxi managed to get some game time. But then you look at his Premier League, obviously debut season, 26 games, 3 goals, 5 assists. 25 goals, 25 games. 3 goals, 4 assists, 5 and 5 and 35, and obviously the most recent. Now, do we sell Allan Saint-Maximin? No, I really don't think we should. I said this in a previous video I did when we keep loan sell list, but obviously since then there's been a lot more talk of whether we get rid of him or not. Obviously there's a lot of talk about people wanting to get rid, a lot of talk of people wanting him to stay. Also, Eddie Howe has also openly said that he wants to keep Saint-Maximin, and Saint-Maximin himself, with Instagram photos, videos, captions, stuff like that, has indicated that he is determined to stay and fight for a place, which we need that sort of character anyway. Now, I can see both sides to it. Obviously, you've got your get rid of him brigade, typically NUFC dads on Twitter and Facebook, who really need to stop. Obviously, bringing up his lack of goal contributions. Obviously, you've got a total of 34 in 124 games. I think it's far from ideal, realistically. Um, Obviously in the Premier League, 111 matches, 12 goals, 19 assists is going to be slightly alarming. He is 26 years of age now, so he'll be hitting towards his peak. Um, Obviously, there's times where he makes the wrong decision, whether he plays the pass when he should have taken someone on, or he takes someone on when he should have played the pass and loses the ball. Either way, but I'm a very firm believer on the fact that we do need to keep Allan Saint-Maximin, and we really should be building teams around this lad, because he's on his day, he is unbelievable. I mean, we go back to that Man City match last season. Phenomenal performance. Obviously the assist for Wilson, he we got the assist for Miggy as well. Actually, technically 3 assists, because he did also win the free kick that Trippier went on to score. It's trying to get that consistency from him, which can be a bit of a problem, because obviously he does get that good run of form, and then an injury hits, whether it's a little bit in his thigh, or whether it's a bit more of a severe miss, really. I mean, if we look at it here, his joint lowest tally was 2021 season, 25 games, and 25 games also last season in the league. Obviously, in the cup competitions, he had less in this season than in this season. But, I mean, if we go back to plenty of the chances he's created, he's really unfortunate not to have more goal involvement. And I don't think that's talked about enough. I've got the wrong button here. Like, if it, how do I even word this? I mean, if you just watch him, he's that, like I say, he's that sort of player. You see, at times 2 people go to Saint-Maximin, because he is that type of player. If he's isolated 1-on-1 with a fullback, odds are in his favour every single time. If we can bring up another website, so we can trying to find another website, statistics. Fuck off. But I mean, if we just look at the stats again, obviously it's stats that need to be better, but at the same time he's creating plenty of chances. So I think in a way he is just really unfortunate. I mean, if we look back at countless times when he's played a fantastic pass and he's been unfortunate not to have gotten the assist there, or he's had good shots and they've been saved. I mean, it's in a way unfortunate for him, and I think it does get heavily overlooked, because people will just see this. People will see the 25 games, 1 goal, 5 assists, and immediately want rid. But it's more than just that. I mean, football has become far too based on statistics, and I think it's a bit of a problem, because you're ignoring the hard grafters, the ones who actually are important to a team. I'm not trying to say Max is vital, but I'm also not trying to say he's useless. But I mean, if you look at Almiron's season, he was our 3rd top goal scorer last season, behind Isak and Wilson. And I mean, the amount of times when he's made the wrong decision, or the lack of using a right foot as well. And obviously, I mean, it was brought up a couple of weeks ago, that one clip from the cup final when we had the breakthrough and Miggy tried to play Bruno through, and it's quite simply a fucking shocking pass. I think it's unfortunate for Saint-Maximin not to have more goal contributions than he does. and I think he really could kick on this coming season because he tends to he shows up more in those big games. You look at the Man City match. You look at that cup final. In that first half, he had Dalot literally trembling. That's why Wan-Bissaka was brought on for that second half, because you've got arguably the best one-on-one fullback in the world. Obviously, attacking-wise, Bissaka's a bit lackluster, but from what he makes up, what he lacks, in attack, he makes up for a hell of a lot in defence, and I think it's really unfortunate for him. I mean, you got the likes of Matoma who struggled against Bissaka after all the hype that was around Matoma as well. I think it's unfortunate for Saint-Maximin, and I definitely do think he can kick on next season if he gets that good run of games in. I mean, you've got, say we bring Harvey Barnes in, you've got Harvey Barnes, Gordon, he can do a job, Joe Linton, you got Maxi, Murphy, Miggy, Richie, we're keeping him, I think. So that's what, seven wingers. Ryan Fraser, if he ever makes his way back into the first team, if we don't get to sell him. So that's eight wide players we don't have. Isak can also do a job in left wing, but I would like to see him stay as a striker. Especially with a lot more games this coming season, I think we'll need that bit of rotation, definitely. But I really think he can go on to do good things, because, like I say, those big occasions, Maxi's there, and he's one of the standout players for us. It's just, I can, like I say, I can understand both sides of it, but I really do think we should keep him. And I would hate for us to sell him, whether it's to fund the Harvey Barnes transfer or to sell him off so we can go for more game time or whatever. I don't want him to go because he is one of my favourites and all. It is, I guess it could be seen as slightly biased, but I mean, if you watch him play, he's that sort of player. He's a player that, I mean, I'd say less consistent Ben Arthur, but Ben Arthur was good. I think those types of players are inconsistent, and you get that. But when they're on their day, they're untouchable. And I think we just need that bit more of consistency with it, with Saint-Maximin. I think, obviously, yes, he probably will miss a few games because of that injury that he does tend to get during those good runs of form. But I think, obviously, with us having a lot more games, I think he will get some good runs of game time in, but he also will get plenty of rests, which I think could kind of hinder it. But I definitely would like to see us keep Saint-Maximin and him be one of the important players. Now that we've got more players suited to those bigger occasions, better players to build around with Saint-Maximin, we could definitely see the better version of him. I mean, we saw him and Isak's link up at points in the season, and it was brilliant. So I definitely do think we do keep Saint-Maximin. I think we should keep Saint-Maximin, and I think we do need to carry on building this unbelievable team that we have. I say unbelievable. This fantastic team that we have, to say the least. It's making its way there, definitely. And he could definitely go on to big things with the club. So that is certainly my verdict on the matter. I believe that all these NUFC dads on Twitter and stuff need to shut their fucking mouths. And, you know, not unless, I mean, Haaland is probably the only player who had over a goal a game ratio. Like, they're expecting these sorts of results from players like Saint-Maximin. You're not going to get that from people like Saint-Maximin. I'm not trying to say he's not good, but Haaland is inhumane. So, yeah, it'll be interesting certainly to see what happens this coming season. I really do hope Saint-Maximin is able to shut a lot of people up. Because the people, I mean, there's a person who sits next to me at the match, he does my fucking nut in. But I really want Saint-Maximin to kick on. I think it'd be fantastic for him to kick on and to be able to prove a lot of people wrong. So my verdict is obviously to, like I said, keep Saint-Maximin. Make sure we keep him. But that will do for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments on the matter. And adios.